Hello, seniors. Thank you for joining us again for another week of virtual programs. My name is Jessica Gonzalez, and I am a program specialist at our Holyoke Leadership Center. This week, we are going to work together to earn our Buying Power Financial Literacy Badge. In order to earn this badge, we're going to have to complete 5 steps. Step 1, we're going to go over together, which is comparing cost and options. Step 2 is going to be to conduct consumer research. Consumer research allows manufacturers or the person who's making a product to determine the need for that product and also how they can better make a profit. So consumer research focuses on what is the need for this product, what are people willing to pay for it, and how can you convince people to want this product? Number 3, or step 3, is going to be to calculate the long-term cost of owning something. So for instance, you could think about it as if you were purchasing a vehicle, or maybe you decide that you would like to have your own pet. So you decide to go and purchase a dog or rescue a dog. You have to think about the long-term cost of being a pet owner or being a vehicle owner. You can also think about it as the initial cost of that item could be, say a car is $10,000, but you have to think about the cost of insurance. You have to think about, what if my car breaks down or I get a flat tire? Do I have the money to pay for those repairs and to fix those damages? If you decide you want to be a pet owner, what are the long-term costs of having a pet? Insurance, taking them to the vet, making sure they have their medications, if they need to do training. Those are all things you have to consider as more or an add-on to the initial cost of that item or that pet. Step 4 is going to be to investigate ways to find better deals. So we all know how good it feels when we get a great deal on something. So I'm going to have you pick one big ticket item that you're really interested in. It could be a laptop, it could be a watch, it could be a piece of jewelry, it could be a car, whatever big ticket item makes the most sense for you. And I want you to think about, how can you get the best deal? You can also think about, if you're considering going to college, how can you get the most affordable plan or the most affordable way of approaching going to college? So does that mean loans? Does that mean scholarships? How does that all play out? Step 5 is going to be to create a savings plan for a big purchase. So again, you could draw this back to wanting to go to college or wanting to get your own apartment someday, or wanting to be a pet owner or purchase a vehicle. These are all things you have to think about so that you can save enough money for that item. Okay, now we're going to cover step 1 together. So we're going to talk about cost versus options. So the definition of cost is an expense that you have to pay out to produce a product. So if I decide that I'm going to start a business where I am making agenda books or planners, I have to think about, what is the cost going to be for me to produce that product? How much are the materials that I need to make this product going to cost me, so that I can then determine how much to charge my customers? Options are the amount a customer is willing to pay for the product. So if it's going to cost me $25 to make each agenda book or each planner, but a customer is only willing to spend max maybe $15, then I'm going to be in the negative there. I'm not going to make a fair profit. So I have to find a way to make a product that is good quality and that customers want, but also a product that I can make efficiently and affordably so that I can still make a profit when I sell it to the customer. The cost of production determines both the price that the customer pays and the profit. So if I'm able to make my agenda book for $6 using recycled materials, and I charge my customer between $10 and $15 because I've done the research and I recognize that that's what a customer is willing to pay, then I'm still making a decent profit. So if my materials are $6 and I'm charging the customer even a minimum of $10, I'm still making a $4 profit, which is a positive thing. I am making money for my business and I'm able to continue to produce more products. The difference between the price paid and the cost to make it is the profit. So again, if I'm making an agenda book, I spend $6 on materials, I charge $15 for it. My profit is the difference between the price the customer is paying and the cost to make the item. So in this case, I would make $9 profit, which is pretty good considering that it only cost me $6 to make it and I'm able to charge $15 for it. So if a customer buys a laptop that's $1,000, but it only costs me $500 to have that laptop built, then my company is going to make a $500 profit. So no matter what you're purchasing, whether it's a TV, a watch, a piece of jewelry, our companies, all of these companies that we are consistently purchasing from, they have to think about how can I give the customer the best price, but also still make a profit for myself? Because if I'm not making a profit, yes, I'm still making the customer happy, but my business can't possibly survive if I don't have a profit coming in from what I'm producing. All right, let's take it a little step further. So we're also going to talk about the difference between supply and demand. So supply is the number of products that are available by the company. So the number of products that I can provide. So if I am a grocery store, the supply on my shelves is what I am able to provide every week for my customers. The demand is the desire of people or the market. So a large population would be considered the market for the item. So if I own a grocery store and my whole grocery store is stocked, but I am out of paper towels or I am out of ice cream because the company that we work with to get the ice cream, their freezers broke or their machines broke, so they weren't able to produce the product. Now, the desire for that product is significantly higher than the supply that I have. So that means that we're out of sync, we're out of balance. The best case scenario is that the supply that I am providing to my customers meets the demand that the customer is looking for. So if I have plenty of ice cream on the shelves and there are plenty of customers who are coming in purchasing that item, then we're at what they call an equilibrium or an equal balanced footing. Okay, so we are both benefiting. The supplier or the grocery store is benefiting because we have the product to sell. And the demand or the market of people that are coming in to purchase that item are benefiting because that item is available to them. Demand can change often, which is why you may see prices shift. So have you ever noticed, like right around Christmas time, New Year's, there's always these major sales in car commercials telling you won't pay interest or you can pay a very small down payment and then very small monthly payments. That is all done purposefully because there's not as much of a demand at that time. People are spending their money on so many other things, but the company, the car dealership, still has a ton of cars that they have to get rid of in order to put their new product out. So in order to get rid of the old product and make room for the new product, they're going to lower their prices to make customers think, and essentially they are getting a deal. But to make customers come in and say, wow, that's a great deal, I'm going to buy that. And so they can get rid of it more quickly. So oftentimes prices will shift as the demand or the need for that item shifts. Trying to achieve a balance is extremely important here. And finding that balance between the quantity of the goods or the amount of the goods available and the demand or the need for that product is where we find that perfect equilibrium between supply and demand. All right, so I would like you to take the knowledge that we've just covered regarding cost, options, supply, and demand, and apply that to the other steps in earning your badge. As always, if you go to our virtual opportunities page on our website, which is gscwm.org, you will find all of the videos for the different age brackets, and under each video will be a link to the badge sheet or the instructions to go along with the video to complete your remaining steps. All right, I hope you enjoy and good luck earning your badge.